Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Alex Kozora. Close the book on the preseason for the Steelers and for the rest of the NFL. My next Terrible Take will come after the team makes its initial 53-man roster, and key word here, initial. It felt like we had a good grasp of who would or would not make it based off talent and play, but injuries are always the hidden, harder to suss out factor of roster construction. Now the players can return from IR. But that's only if they make the initial 53-man roster and then get moved to IR the next day. If that does not happen, they're out for the season. Pittsburgh came into the preseason finale with some of those whispered questions. They leave with a couple more, mostly on the defensive side of the ball. There's nose tackle Montravius Adams, who missed the back half of camp and final two preseason games with an ankle injury of unknown nature or severity. There's cornerback Arthur Millette, who pulled a hammy on the next to last practice of camp. As Marcus Allen has proven, hamstring injuries take longer to heal than you think. Of course, there's Marcus Allen, who seems close to a full return, but could not suit up for the finale against the Lions. And at safety, there's DeMonte Casey and Miles Killebrew. Casey's headed to IR with the wrist injury he suffered yesterday, but we don't know if he'll be designated to return or not. If the former, he'll have to be kept on the initial 53. Killebrew hurt his pec the first day of camp and has barely practiced since, sitting out every preseason game. Offensively, wide receiver Calvin Austin feels like a good bet to land on IR due to his foot injury. The Steelers' depth at wide receiver may push them in that direction too. Then throw in guys like Isaiah Loudermilk and Alex Highsmith, people we think will be ready for week one, but the end of summer is full of surprises. All that means is there could be a lot of roster shuffling ahead of week one. Guys you didn't think would get cut who are released and try to circle back to the team, though that list of candidates does not feel super obvious right now, perhaps a couple of offensive linemen. Not all the guys I mentioned are going on IR, but some could. And who they are and what that looks like, I'm not quite sure. Get ready for plenty of movement over these next 48 hours. This roster is still very much unsettled. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out the Terrible Podcast, myself and Dave Bryan, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.